Sorry about that, guys. My stream just stopped. I don't know how, why that happened, but it happened. Nice bollard take out there, boy. It's gone up to P3 on those hard tyres, so well done. That was a good lap. 13 laps of tyres. Silver. I think he'll be going on one now. Ed has gone up into P3. Oh, that was a big slide there from Silver. And he goes into the pit lane. Very anticlimactic. I think Fuzz is on a lap. Sorry. I think Fuzz is on a lap right now. So he'll be crossing the line with lots of batteries still left in its tank, but it's P3. That's a good lap. BS is still on those hard tyres. He's not wanting to give them up. pretty sure. Oh, Bo goes fastest. Almost 2/10 quicker than DJ, who's been fastest for quite some time, 117.4. But, so, all of these drivers are in Europe, so they're in a heat wave right now. Meanwhile, I'm here freezing my butt off. What temperature is it? My clock just cycles through them. So let's just give that a moment. It's 12 degrees Celsius. Yeah, I'm quite cold at the moment, but I'm living. While these guys are in a heat wave, fighting their car through these very, very tricky corners. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here shaking because I'm so cold. But yeah, it's fine. Oh, Alan's left, and I don't think that was on purpose. I think a connection issue has happened. Do I not have him added? Oh crap, I don't have him added. I thought I did. Weird. Well, then I can't do anything about that. Oh, he spun round. That's not ideal. And he'll quickly spin back around. We still haven't seen the medium tire today, which is very unique. Right, Alan has joined back, so that's good. Let's ride on board on throughout a lap with Cass. Bo has retired from the pit lane, so it seems like he is not going to do anything else in the session. Oh, and there he goes, and that's lap over for Cass. He's got no front wing now. Sorry if you heard that. And he invalidated right there. Dearie me. He's like, keep invalidating. Alan has left again. Hmm. So Alan seems to be having some connection issues today. That's not ideal to see. We have 15 minutes to go in practice. Yellow flag, and DJ has spun. Gets it going again. And I think Cass has done his lap there. Let's ride on board with Thad. Wow. The mistakes we're seeing. I think we're back in Australia. My word. BS goes second fastest. Just over 10th behind Boro. The top 5 look very close. So we could see a brilliant couple of quali sessions. Right, Alan is back. DJ has retired. He is done for the session. So we're coming up to 10 minutes to go in the session. Silver starts the lap on very worn tyres, hard tyres. Of course, didn't participate last week and got robbed of a victory 2 weeks ago. But can he get his first one today? I think Silver may have a tiny bit of pressure on his shoulders to deliver here. Show the world that he can do it. Oh, he's invalidated. So that's lap over for him. He also went wide there at turn 10 anyways. So lap over for Silver. And he'll recharge the battery and go again. He's not going to go fastest. He is on 17 lap old hard tyres. But he will go again. And he will come across the line and go up into P6 ahead of Ad, who was on the soft tyre, I believe, on this. Yeah, it was. So, yeah. Ad is on a soft tyre looking to improve. See what he can do. Got 7.5 minutes left to go in the session before we get into the sprint racing action and then the Grand Prix. Ad goes again. See what time he can put on the board. he will need to go quicker. Otherwise, he'll be shown as a very weak driver. Oh, massive lockup. Gets the car stopped, however. It's looking alright so far, but that lockup did not help. Alan also needs the time on the board here. He's still on those hard tyres. Oh, I think the reason why they're not opting for the medium and staying on the hard the whole session is to save tyres for the sprint, the Grand Prix, and both qualifying sessions. That makes sense. Oh, massive slide there for Ad. Wow. I'm surprised he's still on track. That was mighty. Wow. Well done, great save. Let's see what Alan is up to here. He's not on a lap. He'll probably go on to one at this lap, however. Oh, a massive lockup as well. The car's just not wanting to act how he wants to. Silver has retired, he is done for the session. Ad has as well. So we only have 4 drivers still. That isn't out of the session. Oh, massive slide. And somehow doesn't do a full 360. Or 180. What a cool shot though that is. I just love the stadium section. So we have no one out on track at the moment. And I think it will stay like that. Three minutes to go. And I doubt anyone will be going out on track now. Yeah, it seems like no one else is going out on track now, so we have 2 minutes to go of no action. What can we expect today? Predictions. I think, by looking at the times, I think the sprint will go to BS and the main race will go to DJ. And I think Burrow, something will go wrong for him in both races, but that's my prediction. Doesn't mean it will come true. Just what I guess will happen. DJ had a really bad time out in Australia, but he actually didn't survive it. He crashed out. And then in Azerbaijan, he had a really tough race as well, as things went wrong right from the start. But he recovered to P2 as many drivers crashed, but one of three, him and two others, did not crash, and that was Gilbert, who's unfortunately not participating today, and Burrow, who won the race. DJ was first across the line, but he had a penalty, and Burrow was 2.7 seconds. No, 2.3 seconds, I believe. I may have, guys, I may have forgotten how to do math, to be honest. I may have forgotten how to do math. Anyways, whatever. Practice session is over, and we can head into the real action now. Burrow, BS, DJ, Fuzz, Cass, Silver, Ad, and Alan is the 8. Lots of exceeding track limits. There's a speeding in the pit lane there. Yeah, lots of track limits exceeded. Lots of them. Oh, it is raining. It is raining down, and I think that could be wet weather tires. They've got the inters on. Fuzz has put on the wet tire. My goodness. Alan will be the first to go out on track in these very, very trying conditions. The second time we've seen rain this season, the second time we've seen it in a qualifying session. And out they go for sprint qualifying. They only have 12 minutes to set their fastest lap times around Mexico City. Oh, Alan went off track. It looks very, very difficult. The track will ramp up all the time. Every single time a car goes around a corner, that corner will improve. So it will be best to be the last car to go out of the pit lane. So I'd imagine there'll be 2 runs on 2 different tyres. Let's see what happens. Only 2 in the pit lane at the moment. That is Burrow and Silver. The rest out on track. 6 of them to be exact. Cass will be leading the way. The Williams of Silver is going out of the pit lane now. But the Audi, the all-new Audi for this season, replacing Kick Sauber, is Cass. And let's ride on board with him as he goes through his first lap and see how tricky these conditions are. gone off the road, but his lap is still going. Somehow hasn't invalidated yet, as now it goes through the stadium section. Those fans will be drenched. I don't see a single umbrella out there. And now Cass will come across the line. Goes fastest, 1:34.6. Allen, 1:35.1. He's had a slower lap. He's had something has happened to him on that lap. Ad will come across the line next, 1:35.0. 4/10 off the pace. Fuzz will be next across the line. And it goes fastest to provisional pole, not by much. And BS beats that, 0.2. 2/10 the difference. BS currently P1. What can DJ do? He hasn't got pole so far this season. Looking to end that streak now in sprint qualifying. The first sprint of JP Racing League as well. And DJ comes across the line, grabs provisional pole, 1:33.5. That's a mega lap to start off his qualifying session. Silver has invalidated, so he is not going anywhere. Burrow's just currently in the pit lane at the moment, waiting for the track to ramp up. And will the drivers be going again? Or will they pit? Cass will be the first example of that. Silver comes across the line to start another lap. See how that lap goes. Cass stays out, but at the moment, let's watch Silver. Cass actually goes fastest, 1:33.4. Did not see that coming from Cass. Silver making his way down to turn 4 at the moment. Let's see what his first sector time is looking like. DJ nearly there, but BS goes to provisional pole by 0.5 of a second. 1:32.9. As you can tell, the track is improving all the time. Silver has not invalidated yet. I say yet, that might curse him as he goes off the road. Still stays on the track, just about though, not invalidated. Through the very, very windy section he goes. DJ grabs provisional pole, 1:32.4. And that is now 0.5 ahead of BS. 4.99 to be exact. What can Silver do as he is next across the line, going through the stadium section at the moment, rounding turn 16 and then the long right hand of turn 17, very tricky in wet weather conditions, and Silver will come across the line and goes to provisional pole, 1:31.9, and that is now 0.5 clear of DJ. Cass will come across the line, goes up into P2 now. Allen crosses the line. It's only P7 for him. He might have invalidated there at the final corner. Fuzz will be next to cross the line. It's P2 for him. Won the Cadillacs. Goes into the pit lane and it's Ad. BS comes across the line. And I don't think he improved on that. He did, but didn't gain a place. How quickly positions can change in wet weather qualifying sessions in these cars. DJ, who was first around a minute ago, is now down to P4. BS, who was on provisional pole by 0.5, he is now down to P5. DJ goes fastest, 1:31.8 now, and that is under a 10th clear of Silver, half a 10th clear in fact. Next across the line will be Silver. He's going through the hairpin at the stadium section now, through turn 16 and 17. What will the lap be looking like? He got pole in Australia. Can he get pole in sprint qualifying? But it's provisional pole so far by 0.2 of a second. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Next across the line will be Cass. What is the lap looking like? He did not improve. 1.5 seconds off the pace from his from his previous lap. Alan does not improve. BS very much on the slide, and he has invalidated. Fuzz next across the line improves up into P2 ahead of DJ Booby. BS crosses the line, does not improve. He'll probably be going again at the moment. Borrow is out of the pit lane now. He'll be going for his one and only push lap in this session. Next across the line will be DJ Booby. He has got low fuel, however. But will he be able to finish the lap? He is. And DJ goes to provisional pole by 0.3 of a second, 1:31.3. Here in sprint qualifying, DJ hasn't got a pole this season so far, and it seems like sprint qualifying in Mexico City in round 3 will end that streak. Silver will be next to cross the line. That was the final lap for DJ as well. He's got low fuel. He has to pit, and Silver goes even quicker by 0.8 of a second, 1:30.5 now. Here in sprint qualifying in Mexico City. One of the Cadillacs will be next to cross the line. It's Borrow to start his one and only push lap, or will it be one of 2 push laps? Because as you can tell so far in the session that you can do 2 in a row. And Cass goes into the pit lane. His session is done and dusted. Provisional P5 for him so far. Fuzz crosses the line. 0.2 shy of Silver. DJ is a bit slow there through the windy part of the circuit. He might have had a moment if he was on a push lap. He's just slow at the moment. Maybe his tyres are heating up and he's just trying to get some temperature out of them. But at the moment, let's watch Borrow. He's currently on a lap. He hasn't set a lap time so far. Rounding the hairpin. It's got 2 apexes there very uniquely. DJ will be next to cross the line, going very slowly, probably starting... Oh no, he's out of fuel, isn't he? He is out of fuel, so he won't be going again. So DJ rolls his way into the pit lane. We've got less than a minute to go. Here in sprint qualifying, the first sprint of JP Racing League. And let's see how it'll unfold. But at the moment, we've got to end qualifying, and Borrow going through the stadium section right now. Ahead of him is Silver, and Silver will cross the line. Can he improve his lap time? No, he can't, but I believe he will be going again. But Borrow, on his one lap, puts him up into P6. He'll be able to go again here. He's got less than 30 seconds. He cannot mess this one up. It's only the sprint race. Minimal points are on offer. But every point counts as the McLaren of Fuzz goes to provisional pole by 0.5 of a second, 1:30.0. BS improves up into P3, 1:30.7. And will he be able to go again? Not too sure. Alan goes to P5. Cass is P8 and done for the session. Add P7 at the moment, and I believe he will stay like that, or will he just be able to improve on his lap time? We're still watching Borrow here as he rounds the unique hairpin of turn 6 through turn 7 to turn 11, the very windy section. Next across the line will be Silver. Let's see if he can improve on his lap time and go up to provisional pole and snatch it away from the McLaren of Fuzz. As Silver exits the stadium section, Borrow enters the stadium section. Silver grabs provisional pole by 0.4 of a second. It's a 1:29.6 here in these intermediate conditions. Borrow next across the line for sprint qualifying. Only P4 provisionally for him. Ad will be the only driver to take that away from him. He's down in P7 at the moment. BS and Fuzz, I believe, is on a lap at the moment. Fuzz next across the line. and does not improve 5.5 tenths off the pace from his previous lap time. What can BS do? He improves by 4.5 tenths, but does not go up a place. So it's all eyes set on at the moment. And he goes into the pit lane. His lap is over. So Silva is on pole for the second time here this season. He got pole in Australia and got pole here in sprint qualifying here in Mexico City for round 3 of the championship. That was crazy. Lap times were improving all the time. Not very calculated well from Cass and DJ, as they had to come into the pit lane early on. And you probably will fumble at Silva, you probably will. But there's the order. There's the order. Silva on pole for the second time this season. Fuzz in P2. BS P3. Borrow P4. DJ P5. Alan P6. Ad P7. And Cass down into P8. What a quali session that was. Let's get into the first sprint race of the season and of the history of JP Racing League. And Fuzz, see you later, mate. Good luck. Fuzz, I believe, got second place in last week in Azerbaijan in qualifying. So hopefully it's not going to be a repeat of races for him, as he crashed out and had a very miserable race after that excellent qualifying performance. Let's hope he doesn't get deja vu this time around. We have 24 laps around the Mexico City GP before, GP circuit before we get into the actual Grand Prix action. We still, after the sprint race, we still have a qualifying session and a full Grand Prix after this. So don't go away after the sprint race. Still plenty of action left. Seems like it's going to be a 4-hour stream, not a 3.5-hour stream. Maybe even 4.5 hours. But this is plenty of action. I am well entertained at the moment. Probably too entertained. I actually didn't see too many mistakes in the sprint qualifying session. I would have expected more because of the amount of mistakes we saw in the practice session. But anyways, here we go. We start the formation lap for this first sprint race of JP Racing League. Back to get away slowly. Cass probably wanting to give some space between him and the rest. Silva is leading the way. Following Fuzz, BS, Borrow, DJ, Allen, Ad, and Cass. Borrow has got past BS though. We've technically got 25 laps. Because of the, what's it called, formation lap. See what tyre everyone's on. Everyone's on the medium tyre. Tyres might be quite worn by the end of the sprint race. So, what Red Bull is saying, he's just widening the wall. Oh my word. Something there has happened to Alan, and I'm not too sure what it is. Did his wheel disconnect or something? He's been disqualified from the formation lap. Has his wheel disconnected or something? That is really weird to see. And hopefully he gets that sorted right away for the first sprint race of JP Racing League. Silver parks it. So does BS behind him. Still waiting on Fuzz. Cass. Next. Bo didn't get a good parking spot. He got disqualified for being out of position. Cass is next. And there he is, just rolling his way. It's time for the first ever sprint race in JP Racing League here in Mexico City. It's all eyes to the lights and foot to the floor as we go racing here in Mexico City for the sprint race. And Alan did not get off the line. He is parked there. We saw issues of him in the formation lap. So hopefully he gets that sorted for the rest of the day. He gets going again, but it's side by side between Fuzz and Silver around turn 2 and 3, not making contact, but Silver leads the way down to turn number 4. Fuzz under pressure here from DJ Booby. He's got an excellent start. Looking to the inside is one of the Cadillacs on BS. Can't find a way though. And Bo didn't get the best of starts. He's down into P7. All the cars scrambling through turn 6 now. The Audi being surrounded by the Cadillacs. And Alan, thankfully, has got going again. So we haven't seen him done for the day. Fuzz has let Silver go ahead by 1.7 seconds. And now he's under pressure from the rest of the field here in that McLaren. He's got an Alpine behind him, then a Red Bull. Cadillac, Audi, Cadillac. And then 13.0 seconds behind is the Red Bull of Alan, who did not get off the line. And, of course, we saw issues of him in the formation lap. So, seems like he has got that stuff sorted. Silver leads the first lap here in the sprint race. DJ putting pressure on here. The McLaren of Fuzz as they make their way to turn number 2 for the second time out of 24 times. Oh, DJ's already got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Already on lap 2. That is not what he would like to see popping up on his screen at all. Only on lap 2. Not even into the second sector, the first sector as well. And that will hurt him dearly. He'll have to pray that others will get. Big slide at the back there from on the Cadillacs. I believe it's Bo and Iz. And I think Alan also had a moment further back, because even with that massive slide, he actually fell further back from Bo. No, maybe the timing screen was just a bit delayed there, because he is now 12.1 seconds behind. Silver still leading the way. The gap has closed a lot more now here as we go through the final corner to start lap 3. And Silver now under pressure from Fuzz, who's just set the fastest lap of the sprint race, 118.1. And that McLaren, he's hunting, he's got the extra power. And on the way to turn number 1, he looks to the inside, goes down the inside, but can he get the move done? No, it doesn't seem like he can. But a bit of a wobble from both of them, and that might allow DJ to go past Fuzz. Not at the moment. Wasn't too big of a wobble to slow them down enough to let DJ gain a place here. But DJ looks to the inside, but can't improve a position here. He's looking mighty close. He's got a Red Bull sniffing at his rear here. And it is BS, Australia's winner. Off the road goes Fuzzy, spins round, narrowly avoids the wall. And he goes all the way down to P7. And in this group of cars, it's at the back now. And it seems like it is going to be a repeat of last week's Grand Prix, where he got an excellent qualifying session result. But he struggles in the race, and it seems like that's what's happening to him again. Silver crosses the line 1.2 seconds ahead of DJ. We're on lap 4 out of 24 here in the sprint race. BS very close to the rear of the Alpine. Last season's champion up against P4 from last season. It was only, I believe, 2 or 3 points behind Alpezadante for third in the championship. As not showing up in the final race of the season costed him. That was a big slide through turn 4, and that will increase some tyre wear and slow him down, and he has lost half a second by doing so. He's closed that up quite quickly though. Or he went off the road there. That would have been a warning for track limits. Allen, 11.6 seconds now behind Fuzz. Very lonely drive at the moment for Allen. Season 1 champion. And things are not looking... Oh, that was very twitchy there on the rear of BS. And the gap is very inconsistent between first and second. One lap you see, over a second, one lap you see that he's right behind him. The gap is closing. He's got the extra power. He's got the slipstream, not able to get close enough to turn number 1. The kilometre-long front straight is just a bit too short for DJ at the moment. We're still in the early stages of the sprint race here on lap 5 out of 24. And at the moment, Silver leading the way. Half a second though behind him is champion, reigning world champion DJ. But DJ already has a 3-second penalty, and so does Borrow now. So those penalties can cost him greatly. And oh, that he missed the apex there, and I wondered if he was going to make the corner. He lost a bucket load of time there. That was not ideal for Silver just then. He crosses the line and he's led every single lap in the sprint race so far. Ad has gone off the road. Ad has spun round at the final corner. And he goes far, far back. And he will join Allen now for the battle for P7 out there at the moment. He's quite ahead of him so far, but he has not got the momentum to keep up the speed down the back straight. Or does he? But can Allen close the gap? He's very capable of doing so. Oh, look how close the top 2 is here. DJ right behind Silver at the moment. He was really studying that rear wing, wasn't he? But the gap is open just a bit more now. Seems like Silver is a lot more. Oh, another 3-second penalty for multiple warnings for DJ. That puts him to 6 seconds now. We could see a repeat of last week in Azerbaijan. Yellow flag, Borrow. Borrow has spun round now. He looked very close to Fuzz there for the battle for P5. But now his teammate will go down the inside here. They're going side by side, both the Cadillacs. Oh, but spinning round is Ad, and he's misjudged that corner very, very badly. He has spun round, and he's got no right-hand end plate. And actually, the top half of the right side of his front wing is gone as well. And he goes to the back of the field, and I don't think with that front wing he will be improving on that. Allen gains a place, and up into P7 he goes. He's finally got something to cheer about in this race. DJ and BS are very inconsistent with their gaps to Silver and to one another. Because, like just then, in the first sector, you see them separated by 4/10, and in the stadium section, you see them separated by over a second. it's very inconsistent gaps. And obviously it seems like they've got much different setups. But at this time round, it seems a bit closer. Seems like Silver's got more downforce. And DJ and BS has got is preferring better straight line speed to Silver. BS could get past the Alpine here of DJ. He'll look to the inside and he'll go down the inside and gets P2. He goes very deep but makes the corner. And BS goes up into P2 and past DJ Booby here on lap 8 out of 24 here in the sprint race. Can DJ go back at the Red Bull? No, he can't. BS up into P2. And that overtake has cost himself some time to Silver. Over a second now is the gap. Silver's gone off the road from the race lead and goes down to P4 and spins round while doing so. And that's going to allow Fuzz to also go past, and he's gone down to P5 now. A horror show for Silver at the moment. He was leading every single lap of the sprint race, and here on lap 8, halfway through lap 8, he goes down to P5. And that is not ideal. BS just over a second ahead of DJ at the moment. DJ, of course, got that 6 seconds of penalties for exceeding track limits. So it will be a miracle to see him win the sprint race. He's got Cass closing the gap, slowly closing the gap behind him. 2 seconds now. Fuzz goes up into P4 now. And I believe there was a mistake going through turn 1 for DJ. He lost a lot of time. He is now over 2 seconds behind BS, who is definitely getting held up behind those two and showing his raw pace around Mexico City. He could make it 2 for 3 here. He could make make a win in every single race he's participated so far this season. Didn't participate last week in Azerbaijan, and Boro won that. BS, he won in Australia. Can he win in the sprint race here in Mexico City? We've still got a long way to go here in the sprint race. Cass closing the gap to the Alpine of DJ. Cass had a difficult season, and that was his first season in JP Racing League last season, and let's see what he can do this season. That was lots of seasons, wasn't it? Yeah, Cass got crashed out by Technician after outbraking himself and putting Cass into the wall. He also spun him round before then, and I think BS was a bit wide there at turn 5, and he's lost a bit of time there. Under a second now. 8 tenths separate the top two drivers at the moment as they make their way through the stadium section. My favourite section on this track. One of my favourite on the calendar, just for the scenery. I love to drive in a stadium, to be honest. I think it's a very cool spectacle. Silver, you can see him way back there. Before he had that major mistake on lap 8, he was leading every single lap in the sprint race, but he made a mistake at turn 9, which put him off the track and down to P5, and he actually half spun again as well, which made it even worse. He would be battling with Fuzz if he didn't have that half spin as well. So, Ad, seems like his race is over. P8 for him. And let's watch this battle for P6 at the moment. Alan has closed the gap to Burrow quite drastically while we are watching the battle for the lead. And let's see what Alan can do. Season 1 winner. Burrow using a lot more track than Alan is doing. It's not giving him much of an advantage, but another 3-second penalty for multiple warnings for Burrow. That puts him and DJ 6 seconds, but around the outside goes Alan and takes P6 here in Mexico City sprint race. And Alan, remember, he did not get off the line and lost 13 seconds at the start. He is 13 seconds behind Silva in P5 at the moment, but at least he is P6 because of the two Cadillacs making major mistakes. The Cadillacs have not had a good sprint race so far. DJ still studying the rear wing of BS. It's the other way round to last time, before BS went down the inside and took P2, and then eventually P1 as Silva went off the road. Cass is not really closing the gap much anymore. It's just staying around that 1.7 mark. Let's ride on board with DJ Boo Boo as we see him try to close the gap to the Red Bull in front of him. Yellow flag, and Alan has had a moment at turn 16. Gets it going again. He's lost 2 seconds there. Or 3 seconds, around between 2 to 3 seconds from that mistake. They're still on the, of course, still on the medium tyre. Top 3 has made up loads of positions. But yeah, still leading the way with DJ behind him. DJ, if he needs to, will not show any mercy to the others. Cass has fallen away 2.4 seconds now, 2.5 seconds, and counting. And actually had a slide there as well. So he is starting to fall away now, so it seems like it's just going to be a battle for the win between BS and DJ. We're past the halfway mark in this race. We're on lap 14 out of 24. We've got 10.5 laps to go, and so far it's looking to be BS's. Silva closing the gap to Fuzz at the moment. Under a second now he is. So he's gonna Oh, another 3-second penalty for DJ for multiple warnings. That puts him to 9 seconds now. And that will actually put him behind yellow flag. And I think Burrows actually had a moment now. So that's not ideal. I think Alan's just recharging the battery to try and get back past Burrow. But at the moment, I believe DJ will be put all the way down to P5 with these penalties. Cass, just over a second now behind DJ. Let's see what Silver can do. He's going to try and get P4 here. And possibly a podium of what will be a day of hurt after his massive mistake that saw him go out of the lead of the sprint race. That was very squirmy there, out of turn 16. And he will have the boost. He will have the extra horsepower. He'll have the slipstream, but will he be able to go down the inside of the McLaren? Not quite, he's a bit too far back. Let's run on board with Silver as he tries to get past the McLaren. Looking to the outside, then the switchback, big slide, but down the inside into the hairpin at turn 6. Can he get the move done? Not quite. He really needs to get past the McLaren here to have a chance of... Oh, BS has had a moment. BS has gone off the road, and maybe even Cass did as well. So DJ is now leading the sprint race. And that has shaken things up. And now DJ may have a shot here for a podium, maybe. But that was highly unexpected. Cass and BS losing it at the same part of the racetrack. But so far BS is still winning this race at the moment. We're nearing the end of the sprint race. Silver has gone into the pit lane to change his front wing. Something has happened to Silver for him to change his front wing. And why on earth has he done that then? He puts on the soft tyre and goes out again, and he loses 2 places in the meantime. So something happened there to Silver for him to go into the pit lane and change his front wing. I didn't get a good look at how damaged that front wing was. But I'll look back at it after this. I can actually look back at it now on my stream as Cass is closing the gap to BS now. It looks like he just doesn't have a right end plate, so he's lost 2 places just to replace an end plate. So that's a very unique decision there. So I don't think that will pay off for him at all. But we'll see how it goes. DJ, again, with those 9 seconds of penalties, he has to gap them by 6 seconds to win the sprint race. Does BS has some damage there? He might have hit the wall when he spun round. Yes, he does. BS does have damage. He's got his left end plate missing. Maybe even the top half of the left-hand side of his front wing as well, and that's why he was losing time. Yeah. Yeah, you can see lots of damage. Oh, Alan has had a big moment, and he's got no front wing. So his day going bad to worse for Alan. As remember, he did not get off the line at the start of the sprint race. And now on lap 19, he's got no front wing and could hand P7 to Ad. And he goes way off the track. Big lockup, way off the track. And I think he even rode the wall there a bit. So he will have to come into the pit lane. And he may even retire, but he needs the points. He hasn't got a single point so far this season. And he's looking to change that. He stays out with no front wing and probably a very worn left front tyre because he rode that wall, and we've got simulation damage on and rate. So, yeah. And I think Ad will be... Oh, lock up from Ad! And he almost hits the side of Alan. That was so close. But now, can he perform the switchback out of turn 3? No, he can't. But he can now, because Alan does not have a front wing. So he's slow through these corners. 3-second time penalty for Silver for multiple warnings. And off the road, it goes Alan now. Alan goes off the road, rejoins way behind, and I will say he is P8 for this race. Earlier, if you're watching earlier, Ad, I said about Ad, his race is over. He's going to be P8. Seems like he's going to be P7 this race. P8 is going to go to Alan unless any other weird things happen. Oh, that was very slidey there from DJ through turn 4. And that will wear his tyres out quite a bit now, as he actually didn't lose too much time to what I thought he would. And, oh, big slide there from Cass as well. They're really struggling out there, as the tyres are starting to wear off now. And look at the damage on BS's car. He is very lucky to still be leading, net leading this race. James Barr's got another penalty for multiple warnings, so he's got 9 now. So, we've got 4 laps to go here in the sprint race, the first sprint race of JP Racing League, and I'll say it's a very eventful one. DJ has lost some time. He's got no damage, but his tyres will be wearing, as I've seen a couple mistakes from him. Silver puts in the fastest lap of the race, 1:18.0 on the soft tyre, closing the gap to Borrow, and I think he'll be able to get past him anyways if he doesn't on track because of the penalty. He's got 6 seconds more than Borrow. That was a big slide. Lots of wheel spin there for DJ as he came out of turn 6, a very unique double apex hairpin. BS, oh dear, BS has got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, and that can gift the win to Cass if BS doesn't get a move on here. But he's got a broken front wing. I don't think Cass does. Cass may win this sprint race. He is less than a second behind BS, and BS has got 3 seconds of penalties. Silver goes down the inside and passes Borrow over there at turn 12 into the stadium section. But at the moment, let's watch the battle for the race win here. But BS went really deep into that corner, and this could be win over for BS. He can't make it. 2 for 2 of races he's participated in. This is unbelievable, folks. It's not over yet. But Fuzz now has gone off the road and breaks his front wing. And he's got this, I would imagine, the same amount of damage that BS has got now. Cass is so close to the back of BS. BS, very broken front wing. So he's going to be falling so far back. Oh, he's so close. He is right there. This is going to be an outstanding finish here to finish the sprint race. We've got 2 laps to go. Alan now getting lapped in the sprint race. Cass, can he go down the inside here into turn 1? He wants to be patient. He isn't going to lunge it when a car ahead of him has got a 3-second penalty, and he doesn't. BS really struggling out there. Let's see what can happen. Fuzz seems like it's going to be P6 for him at the moment. Bo seems like it's going to be P5 and Silver for P4. He was leading for 8 laps and then, for 7 laps, and then halfway through lap 8, he spun. And Fuzz comes into the pit lane to change his front wing, and there'll be a battle between him and Ad. Ad goes out ahead of him and takes P6. Surprisingly, DJ isn't pulling away from BS, who's got major front wing damage. So that's rather interesting. So Cass has not won a race in JP Racing League Tier 1. It may be the sprint race, but I think he'll thoroughly take it. He is so close to the back of BS here. And Cass will look to the inside and doesn't find a way past. Cass's highest finish is P2 in Canada last season in Tier 1. And it looks like he will be improving that here in Mexico. This race is not done yet. We're on the final lap, and it seems like it's all going to go Cass's way. And he is going to go around the stadium section for the final time in the sprint race. Cass has not won a race in JP Racing League Tier 1, but here in the sprint race, he will thoroughly take it. And Cass crosses the line and jumps the 2 ahead of him and wins the first sprint race in JP Racing League. Cass, your winner, who got crashed out by Technician last week in Azerbaijan, crosses the line and wins. And I think Bo has gone off the track here, and it's a no, never mind, it's a lap car. Alan, just ahead of Silver, who picks up P4 after a disappointing major mistake from him. Bo crosses the line and takes P5. A little bit in doing so. Ad, he'll be crossing the line next for P6. I think Fuzz actually had a moment because he has fallen 12.7 seconds back from the Cadillac of Ad. So Cadillac has actually got quite a decent result based on their awful race today. They got quite lucky. 5th and 6th. I think they'll thoroughly take that. Fuzz crossed the line P7, and Alan crossed the line earlier because he was a lapped car and takes P8. And is that Fuzz on the intermediate tyre? No wonder why he was very slow. He's probably just having a bit of fun here. So congrats to him. Cass picks up his first win in JP Racing League Tier 1. It may be a sprint race, but I think he'll be happy with that one. And ahead of him was BS and DJ, but with penalties. Fourth is Silver. He was leading for 7 laps, but had a major mistake and settles for P4. James Borrow and Ad, 5th and 6th. They had a very, very disappointing race, but I say they got quite a lucky result. Fuzz, who finished on the intermediate tyre, 7th, and Alan, who did not get off the line and gave 13 seconds head start to the rest, finishes down in P8 and a lap down. Right. I will go very quickly. I need to go do something really, really quickly. See you all in around a minute or so, but it is bucketing down here in qualifying, but I will be right back. I'll be as quick as possible. Alright, I am back, and it seems like no one has gone out on track so far. But as I say, one of the Red Bulls comes out of the pit lane, and it is, who was that? It's BS. So BS, the first to go out on track now. And it's wet tyre territory here. Yes, you did tell me, Silver. Before the sprint race, he said, I will fumble it. And I said, you probably will. And yeah, he has touched the grass and the rear just went. That's unfortunate. So easily done around that section. But now we get into the proper Grand Prix action. Full wets here in Mexico City. Do I want the lap? Are you meaning like a good lap or something? Oh, the pole lap here. Apparently Alan left, but he was invited back. He's back in. Yep. You can do that after me. I'm not too fussed on it right now. Right. So, Borrow and Ad on the intermediate tyre. Everyone else on the wet tyre. Yeah, cheers, mate. Right. Let's ride on board with BS. First one to go for a lap here. In very, very trying conditions. Alan is on the intermediate tyre as well. Let's see what tyre will be the fastest in this session. So far so good, lots of wheel spin though, and that's what you expect in full wet conditions. Cass has gone for the intermediate tyre as well. So it seems like it's a mix between the inters and the wet tyres. DJ has opted for the inters as well, so it seems like the inters are favoured. 14 minutes to go in the session. No one has completed a lap yet, but we have 2. that will soon to be. That's Bo and BS. BS would have won the sprint race, but he got a very, very crucial penalty for track limits and put him behind Cass, who won the sprint race. But we get back into the serious action. Very disappointing for Alan. I would imagine his wheel disconnected, so he couldn't do anything, and gave 13 seconds head start to the rest of them. As we also saw that happen in the formation lap. BS goes fastest, 137.5, and that is the benchmark time. Bo has invalidated. The next one, though, is Ad. He's on a lap right now. BS, Fuzz, and Silver. DJ went off the track there, but he's not on a lap. So we have a couple more that has started a lap. Alan and Cass. Purple middle sector for the Cadillac of Ad. So far, I think he will be faster than BS on this lap. Look how tricky it is out there. They're going very slowly just to make the corners. Most of them on the intermediate tyre. Let's see what tyre is best. Oh, very slidey out of turn 16, but he goes nearly goes a second quicker. 135.6 now for Ad. Fuzz and Silver yet to come out the pit lane. Next across the line will be BS, so will he be going again? He is 3 tenths up in sector 2. So I think he will be improving on this lap, and he does. But not by much. 9 tenths behind him now. Yellow flag, and that was Ad, I believe, and I think he either made a mistake or was letting pass. DJ Cass will be next across the line. Let's see what lap he can put together here in Mexico City. And he goes fastest. Provisional pole by 6 tenths for Cass. 135.0. Allen, 141.8. That's a very slow lap. He will go again. And I think I saw a yellow flag. That must have been him. Boa goes fastest, 134.3. That is 8 tenths quicker. So he is currently on provisional pole. Sorry, that is 7 tenths quicker. My apologies. Next across the line will be DJ. And he will set a lap time now, and it's provisional pole, 132.8. And that is a massive jump between first and second. 7th and 8th has not gone down the pit lane yet. That's Fuzz and Silver. Next across the line will be one of the Red Bulls, and it will be BS. Seems like he is improving greatly on this lap. Goes up to P4, 135.3. 3 tenths off of third place of Cass. 10 minutes to go in the session. Next across the line will be Cass. Silver goes out of the pit lane. Fuzz yet to. Cass rounds the final corner. What will the lap time be? He improves by 9 tenths, goes up into P2, but he is still far off DJ, who is in the 32s. Everyone in the 33s, as Borrow goes and do a 133.4. Next across the line will be DJ. He's currently on provisional pole at the moment, improving by 6.5 tenths in the middle sector there. He's got a Cadillac behind him, and I believe that will be Ad. On the slide there as he goes through turn 17, and he improves his lap by a big margin. 6.5 tenths improvement, 132.1. So he is on provisional pole at the moment. Ad, he improves by 1.3 seconds. He's up into P4 now. Red Bull, 5th and 6th at the moment. Seems like the intermediate tyres are the better tyre at this time. And BS goes into the pit lane. While his teammate Alan is improving in the middle sector, but he invalidates, unfortunately. Silver, let's ride on board with him as he goes through this lap. Coming around the final corner now, goes Silver. What will his first lap be? It's P5 provisionally, 133.4. The only one to not set a lap time yet is the McLaren of Fuzz. He is still in the pit lane. He's currently got the wet tyre selected. Cass goes into the pit lane. Cadillac is next, and that's Borrow. Improving by 9 tenths there in the middle sector. So his lap looking quite good here. Again on the side. Everyone's on the side there at the final corner. And improves up into P2 now. And he is the closest to that amazing lap time to DJ. DJ will be next across the line, but I think he's just going in the pit lane. Yes, he is. Next is Ad. The wing mirror lights are on, but he is still going. It's just the rain lights. So Ad crosses the line, does not improve, or he goes again. Down the kilometre-long straight they go. And to turn number 1 goes Ad. Wheel spin there out of turn 3. Silver improves his lap, 131.9. Now he is 5 tenths behind of DJ Booby in P1. Borrow going through the castle section. Too used to last week. The stadium section. Less than 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session for the Grand Prix. We've already had a race, but it was a sprint race. And now, Borrow, I believe, actually starts the lap now because he was 3 seconds down on that lap. DJ is coming out the pit lane. Fuzz still hasn't gone out the pit lane yet. Let's see what Ad can do on this lap. He's improved by 3.5 tenths in the middle sector. And now he rounds the final corner. What will his lap time be? He's P5 at the moment, but he improves by 4.5 tenths, but stays in P5 and just over a tenth shy of P4 of Cass, who's going through the stadium section now. ahead of Silver, who I believe is on a lap. He's 2/10 up in the middle sector. Cass gets well out of the way. And Silver, next across the line, sliding his way through the final corner, crosses the line, improves by a 10th. But he is just under 2/10 shy of DJ. The two Red Bulls not on pace at the moment. Fuzz still hasn't gone out on track. He's probably waiting for the best track condition possible. Next across the line is Borrow. He's 3.5 tenths up. At the moment, he slides his way through the final corner, the most stable we've seen so far in this session. He improves and up into P2. He goes just ahead of Silver in P3. DJ still in provisional pole as he starts a lap now. Goes down the kilometre-long front straight. Straight mode opening his front and rear wing. Next across the line is Ad. He's improving by 0.5 of a second. Improves and up into P4 he goes. Yellow flag. And that's from one of the Red Bulls. And I think that is Alan. As he comes out of turn 6, he must have had a slide. And is he on a lap? I'm not too sure. It goes off the track, so it's not going to matter anyways. BS goes up into P4. The yellow flag is from Alan. His lap is done and dusted anyway. Silver sliding his way through the final corner and goes to provisional pole. 1:31.1 for Silver. 2 minutes to go in qualifying as Alan is in P7. Ad P6, BS P5, Cass P4, Borrow P3, DJ P2, and Silver P1. Fuzz has gone out on track, so he will get 1 lap to get his fastest lap, and that is not a lot for conditions like this, where it is bucketing down with rain. Borrow's got 7 laps and old intermediate tyres, and so does Ad. Next across the line is Borrow. He's invalidated, so he actually starts the lap now. DJ next across the line. He's improving by 0.4 of a second. Can he snatch back provisional pole? No, he can't. He's 2/10 shy of the Williams in P1. Silver got pole in the sprint race. Got pole 2 weeks ago in Australia. Can he get one again? 3 for 4 this season. A Cadillac crosses the line and it's Ad. He does not improve on that lap. And will he be able to go again here? I'm not quite sure. He will have to have a mighty second and third sector if he wants to improve this lap. BS is not improving on this lap. He crosses the line and he is a second off the pace to his previous lap. He will go again. And Silver goes even quicker now, 1:30.6. And that is an almighty lap. And Fuzz has had a big moment at turn, while crossing the line. And Fuzz is out of the session now. He hasn't retired, but he will not be able to go again here. As the Red Bull of Alan crosses the line and starts a lap here. Fuzz is going to finish P8 here in Mexico City. He hasn't got it going again. DJ will be next to cross the line. Fuzz has been disqualified. Doesn't matter anyways. He is done and dusted for P8 at the moment here in qualifying. DJ will cross the line. Where can this put him? Can he get to pole? No, he can't. He improves by 3.5 tenths. But he stays down into P2. Borrow is in P3. Next across the line is Ad. In P6, he slides his way through the final corner of the racetrack and improves up into P5. Only P5. Next across the line is one of the Red Bulls. It's BS, who got robbed of a win in the sprint race for track limit penalties. He would have won it, but can he get pole here in Mexico City? No, it can't. No, he can't, but it is the second row of the grid for him in P3. Silver crosses the line, improves his lap, 1:30.4, and improves his time, and it's going to be even harder to beat for Alan. And in P7 at the moment is Alan in the Red Bull. Rounds the final corner. Cass improved his lap time and up into P3. He goes, Alan, crosses the line. What time was that did he set? And it is P4 for Alan. And what an end to the session that was. Everyone was improving. And Fuzz had an awful session. Did not get out of the pit lane in time. Silver is on pole once again here in JP Racing League. What a session that was. Everyone was improving all the time. Silver, DJ, Cass, Allen, BS, Borrow, and Ad. Another poor showing for the Cadillacs, and Fuzz, who did not get out of his garage until the final minute and then spun at the final corner, is down in P8. We have rain for the first time in a Grand Prix this season. What will this deliver? I think this is going to cause some chaos at turn 1. It's going to be intermediate weather, as I can see from. And last season in Tier 3 when I was commentating that, there was no rain at all in any of the races. Not a single drop was plastered onto the racetrack in the races. Twice though. Yeah, wow. Mad. Silver, you probably will fumble it again, let's be honest. But yeah, that's 3 out of 4 poles for the season for Silver. That is just unbelievable. So well done, Silver. You have really replaced me as the one lap wonder in qualifying of this league, haven't you? I will say I'm awful in qualifying with these new cars. A lot better in the race though. Race pace is really decent. Just quali I can't get quicker. I'm always P4 in my other league in quali. God, my throat is dead and we've still got 1.5 hours to go. So, the drivers, when they eventually get going, they have 830 meters to turn number 1. The longest straight from the start line in the whole season. And I think that's what Mexico City racetrack is famous for, is that long straight. And also that stadium. Seeing cars battle through there will be epic. We didn't see much cars battle through there in the stadium section in the sprint race. Let's see if we can see some cars battle through there today in this race, in the Grand Prix. They normally take a while to get going. They make sure everyone is ready before they get their race underway. Eight drivers, the same as last week. In Azerbaijan, we had 3 drivers finish last week. Let's see if we can get more drivers finishing today, and I believe we will. It's Mexico. It's a very open racetrack. But as you can see, in the sprint race, there was lots of front wing damage from mistakes and spins, mainly around between turn 7 and 11. Silver leads the way as they go into the formation lap. His intermediate tyre conditions. Let's see what tyre everyone is on. Everyone is on the intermediate tyre, as expected. Looks like some are already going off the road in the formation lap. Yeah, my word. Alan is sorry, is that BS or Alan? Yes, Alan. He is ghosted. He did leave. He got an invite back. So it's probably the AI doing the formation lap at the moment for him. But he will join back when they line up on the grid for the third time. Or fourth if you count the sprint race, which of course you have to. That was a gem of a race, that one. Silver on pole again. Will he be able to keep it into turn number 1 like he did in the sprint race? One and a half hours of racing here in Mexico City. We've had enough. It already felt like we've had enough today, but we've got 1.5 hours more of racing action in Mexico City. PS didn't get a good parking slot there. We have 830 meters to turn number 1 for round 3 in the championship. It's all eyes to the lights and foot to the floor as we go racing here in Mexico City in the wet. And Silver gets an excellent start from DJ, but DJ's going to fight back. He got an excellent second state of the launch. It's going to be side by side to turn number 1 here, and around the outside goes DJ, and DJ is in the lead of the Grand Prix. Silver in second, side by side between Alan, who got an excellent start. Cass battling with him side by side. Out of turn 4 they go, and it seems like Cass gets P3 behind them. They're all scrambling around and looking to the inside. Borrow on BS, Ad on Fuzz, and it seems like the Cadillacs can get ahead of Fuzz and BS, but will Ad go down the inside of BS? No, he won't, and Fuzz has to back off there, otherwise there would have been contact there. And now we're halfway through lap 1 already. DJ is leading the way. That was very wide there for Ad coming out of turn 7, and all side by side here between Alan and Borrow. And Borrow seems like he's got past, and Borrow's up into P4 now. BS up into P5 as Alan loses 2 places there in the middle sector. Ad P7, Fuzz P8. He finished, he qualified P2 in Azerbaijan and the sprint race here, but he qualified P8 with not setting a time. And here we go. Ad and Alan swap places at the final corner. Ad is having a difficult start, but will he have a go back at Ad here on the way to turn number 1? Seems like he's close enough to go for a lunge down the inside. He's going to go around the outside as Ad defends. Will the switchback be made around the outside? They make some contact through turn 2. Through turn 3, they're still side by side, and a big slide there from Alan, and that invites Fuzz to also sneak past and go up into P7, close between the top 2 here. So Alan has had an awful start. He had a great launch, got up to P4, but he's now all the way down to P8. DJ, Season 2 champion, leading the way by 0.8 of a second to Silver, who spun and ruined chances of the sprint victory. He has not won a race in JP Racing League, and he's got the pace to do it. Can he do it today in these 71 laps of Mexico City? When we cross the line, we have 69 laps to go. DJ sets the fastest lap of the race, 132.6 in these intermediate conditions. Very, very light rain conditions, I will add as well. Everyone now over a second between each other, apart from these two here, Alan and Fuzz. 8.5 tenths between those two. And actually the gap's closed slightly over here. Slight there from Silver, as DJ lost a lot of time there through turns 1 and 2. Alan really close to the back of Fuzz, and he might even get past him by the time they make their way down to turn 4. Will he go down the inside? No, he won't. But he's going to get the better exit here. Will he have a look into turn 6? No, he won't. So far, so clean. 2.5 laps in the bank as they make their way to the stadium section for the third time out of 71 times in this race. 72 if you count the formation lap. And it's very close for the race win here. It's mighty close. DJ got the better exit there, as there was a big slide there from Silver. Cass puts in the fastest lap of the race, 132.5. And lucky for DJ, he didn't get a 3-second penalty in the first 2 laps of this race. He still got no penalty. Alan, so close to the back here of Fuzz, and he will go to the left-hand side of the road while Fuzz goes to the right. And will Alan be able to go around the outside? No, he won't be able to. Still stuck behind that McLaren, who's not found some pace so far in this race. Cass is in the mix here for the win here in lap 4 out of 71. Borrow not too far back, 2.2 seconds, make that 2.3. You can at least see them, as he didn't in the sprint race. Remember, it's realistic performance, so the faster drivers are in the slower cars and the slower drivers are in the faster cars. Running the final corner now. It's quite tame at the moment, but we could see some more action very soon. 132.3 for DJ Booby. He sets the fastest lap of the race. It's an extra point for the fastest lap. And it looks like Cass will be going around the outside here of Silver for P2. Silver defends. They're sliding their way through turn 1, but Silver stays ahead of Cass for now. Seems like Silver's just slowly falling away to DJ Booby in P1. Cass putting some pressure on the Williams driver at the moment. Silver having to defend again, but looking to the outside, sends it on the inside, so close to contact there, but Cass still behind the Williams. And Silver actually went deep there into turn 6. Can Cass go? He had a look there at turn 6. Put some pressure there on Silver and made him go a little bit wide. But so far, he's just putting lots of pressure on the Williams at the moment. Wanting to go up into P2. Cass looking like he has the pace to fight for the win here. He didn't in the past race. He won the sprint race. His first win in JP Racing League, Tier 1. Maybe the sprint race, but he still won nonetheless. DJ improves that time. And off the road goes Alan down at turn 12, and he is very familiar with the escape road on that corner. But in the meantime, side by side goes Silver and Cass. Silver forcing Cass to go round the outside, slide from Silver. Can the switchback be made after Cass passed him? They're still side by side. Slide from both of them in that section of road. But it seems like Cass has got past Sir Williams and up into P2 goes the Audi. But he went deep there into turn 4. Can that allow Cass to have the switchback side by side to turn 6 through the double apex hairpin? And Silver still managing to hold on. There's little contact there between those two as Alan leaves. Must be connection issues for him. This goes side by side through the windy section of the road. This could end in disaster, but the switchback is made and through goes Silver and goes up into P2. What a move that was from the Williams. That was very, very brave to go down the inside as Cass went very, very wide at turn 10. Silver stays in P2, and while this is all going on, 3.5 seconds now ahead is DJ, and Boris now closed the gap and is in this game. And Silver spinning it at the final corner of the racetrack and drops all the way down to P5 now. And his right end plate is damaged. And he has fumbled it again here in Mexico City. Fuzz goes into the pit lane. I have noticed that the rain has stopped. So Fuzz goes on to the slick tyre. It's a hard tyre for him. But will the track still be a bit too damp to go for the slick tyres? Fuzz always wanting to go onto the slick tyre very, very early, even if the track is still very damp. As Fuzz is always the first one to go on the slick tyre when transitioning to wet to dry. I noticed Cass goes quite deep at turn 7. He doesn't prioritise the exit, he prioritises the entry, doesn't he? At the, between turn 7 and 11. Yellow flag, and that is Fuzz, and he spun round there at turn 4 and 5. And it seems like, yeah, it's still very damp out there. Still the intermediates are the good choice of tyre. Cass puts in the fastest lap of the race, 1:30.9. He's currently P2 out there at the moment. Silver, P5, BS, and Silver peels off into the pit lane to go onto the slick tyre. Medium tyres for BS. Silver will go on to the hard tyre for him. Different set of tyres there between two very close competitors. Silver not opting to change his front wing. Alan also goes into the pit lane. As I wanted to say earlier, when Cass and Silver were having their battle, and when Alan went down the escape road at turn 12, I was about to say he's very familiar with that escape road, isn't he? As he has gone off there many, many times, and the FIA, the AI FIA, has deemed that the track is dry enough for full straight mode zones. So now we could see pit stops occurring at the moment. DJ is leading the way, 1.8 seconds. Silver gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Early in this race here on lap 8, that isn't ideal. And again on lap 8, something hasn't gone well for him. In the sprint race, he spun round. In the Grand Prix, he's got a penalty. And into the pit lane goes DJ for his first stop of the race. Cass follows him, and so does, actually, Borrow. Borrow stays out. That could be costly. He gets the fastest lap in the meantime, 1:30.8. Ad also goes into the pit lane in the Cadillac. So let's see what tyres everyone is putting on at the moment. Inter's still on Boro. He is the only one that actually stayed out on those wet tyres. And position change here as Silver jumps Ad. And back up to P5 goes Silver. So the only ones on the medium tyres, BS and Cass. The rest on the hard tyre, Boro on the intermediate tyre, which I would imagine he will be coming in at the end of this lap for a dry set of tyres. Fuzz passes Alan and goes up into P7 now. DJ and Cass having their own little scrap as Cass takes a net race lead here in Mexico City. He won the sprint race. Can he make it back-to-back wins in Mexico in round 3 of the championship? DJ hanging on for dear life here. But it's just under 5/10, and I think Cass may have had a moment out of turn 11 there because he lost half a second down that straight. And now DJ performs a switchback. It's a slide entering the hairpin of turn 14, and it's side by side. They make a tiny bit of contact, and Cass stays ahead of the Alpine. Boro goes into the pit lane and puts on the medium tyre. And you'll go out behind these two. We're having a great scrap here for the lead of the Grand Prix. And and into the middle of the track goes Boro. And did he have a big slide there coming out of the pit lane? He must have. There was a yellow flag. And I don't think he would have done that on purpose. He was ghosted, and going off the road goes DJ. And he loses a lot of time there. Fastest lap of the race goes to Fuzz, 126.1. And Alan crashes out of the race, and we have our first safety car of the race here on lap 10. Alan, done and dusted for the race. And what on earth has happened there for him? He has not finished a race at all this season. And Boro, I believe, went past the top 2, but he's gone back down now. Something weird happened just then between him and the top 2. But Alan has not got a single point all season, and he is out of the Mexico City Grand Prix. Cass leading the race, following DJ, Boro, BS, Silver, Ad, and Fuzz. We're on lap 10, going to the stadium section now, and then eventually crossing the line to go on to lap 11. Cass does stay out, DJ stays out. Not surprising there, Boro stays out, BS stays out, Silver, as well as Ads, maybe. Let's see what he does. He stays out. Fuzz, would he be pitting? He has nothing to lose if he does pit. He doesn't pit, he stays out. So him and Silver ties for the... So no, they don't tie. But Fuzz has the most worn tyres out of anybody. 4 laps on the hard tyre. That's barely anything when it comes to the hard. But he did pit when it was still very damp and was sliding about, even spun around at one point. So maybe a bit more worn than the data that I'm given. Oh, 3-second penalty for multiple warnings under the safety car for Fuzz. That's not ideal for him. I think that's the second time we've seen that this season. As we saw, I can't remember who it was, but I think we saw someone get a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings under the safety car in Australia. what will be going on the safety car restart. They're just trying to put some temperature in their tires. Tire wear is higher with these cars, so they got to be careful to not over warm them up. Still under safety car, will probably be going. The safety car will probably be going in at the end of this lap, as Fuzz has joined the queue. Fuzz yet to finish a race so far this season, apart from the sprint race. Well, he is yet to finish a race in Grand Prix races. Safety cars in this lap, and Cass is leading the way. Following DJ, Borrow, BS, Silver, Ad, and Fuzz. And we can get back to the chaos that will unfold. We've got 7 drivers out there after the retirement of Alan. Cass is leading the way. He won the sprint race. And let's see what he can do in the Grand Prix. We're back underway. 12 laps in the bank. 1 lap 13 here in Mexico City. Into the pit lane goes Silver and Ad. And so does Fuzz. So what is going on there? They're changing the front wing. Silver goes on the soft tire. So Silver, Ad, and Fuzz all changed their front wings. So some chaos has happened back there. That is rather unfortunate. The order doesn't change back there during the pit lane. Doesn't change up here either. Cass is still leading the way. DJ, second, who is under pressure here from Borrow. And then a similar gap between first and second to between Borrow and BS in P4. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings for DJ. At least it's not on lap 2, as it was in the sprint race. It's lap 13 this time. Cass looking like he's got some serious pace on him. DJ's race pace not looking that strong. His sprint pace was looking a bit better than it is now. Fastest lap of the race goes to Cass. Oh, out of the race goes Fuzz, and we have another safety car of the day. We have 6 remaining now, and Fuzz has crashed out at turn 8. Oh, dearie me. Oh, Gilbert, Paul, man. As soon as you say that, he crashes out of the race. Wow. That's unfortunate. So, do they pit? Ad has pit again. Ad has pit again. He's on 4 laps old hard tires. Silver and DJ has got 3 seconds of penalties. So, Ad, Fuzz, and Silver pit on the safety car restart. So there was some chaos back there that I didn't see of between them. So there must have been like some kind of domino effect where a guy hit someone, then they got hit in the rear, then they got hit in the rear. As second place man DJ Booby peels off into the pit lane for a second stop of the day on lap 15. DJ still good rivalry over in a distant rivalry in Australia 2 weeks ago. Kind of a pace rivalry, wasn't it? But Silver came out on top on that, and I think it's going to be a bit similar today. They're two both very quick drivers. So Cass still leading the way. Bo has gone up into P2. BS, who won in Australia, he is P3. DJ and Silver both got 3-second penalties, 4th and 5th. And the Cadillac of Ad in P6, he pit again. So that's why he's way back. Silver, interestingly, on the soft tyre. So let's see what he can do with those tyres. See if he can claw his way back up the field. Of course, started on pole. Started on pole in Australia, started on pole in the sprint, and started on pole in the Grand Prix today. Didn't participate in Azerbaijan. We are missing technician as he has just had another Joel, so that is awesome to hear. And in my opinion, one of the best reasons someone can miss a league race, and one that will a race miss that will be respected. And congratulations to technician for that. Just waiting on Silver and Ad to join the queue and we can get back underway. We only had one lap of racing action after the crash of Allen, which very confusingly was right where Silver is right now. So he was way up the straight before he crashed. It's a long race, 71 laps. We're back underway as the green flag flies. We're racing once more, and Silver got a bad restart. He is under pressure here from Ad. The battle for P5 here. Ad doesn't look to the inside, as Silver very tamely defended just then. Cass is still leading the way. No position changes at the moment, but DJ is looking to the inside, down the inside of BS, and he gets the move done, and up into P3 goes DJ. And Silver wants to have a go at BS as well. He goes down the inside, and a big wobble there as well. Out of turn 6, doesn't get the move done because of that. Silver stays down in P5 with those soft tyres. BS has got the oldest tyres out of anybody. 10 laps on the medium tyre. Cass has got some pressure from last week's winner, Borrow. Cass is a bit under pressure here from Borrow. He's actually pulling away from him down the straight here, using a bit more battery than Borrow is. So most of them are under second of each other, but too far back to make a move. Oh, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings for Silver. That puts him to 6 seconds out. That's not ideal. He's currently P5 at the moment with those soft tyres. And oh, wow! Almost losing it and almost going into the wall is DJ. Wow, that is a big one. Add 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. All locking up as DJ just about made the corner there. At turn 1, Cass under pressure here from Borrow once again. Can Borrow look to the inside? He had a tiny look. Didn't go for it though. Very close between Silver and BS here. Silver could look for a move, but over here it's Borrow looking for the race lead from Cass. Cass, sprint race winner, up against last week's Grand Prix winner. Oh, Silver's had a moment. Silver has gone off the track somewhere, and he goes to the back of the field. That's not ideal. He was hunting down BS for P4. And now with those 6 seconds of penalties, he's down in P6. That's not ideal for him at all. DJ under pressure from BS. Borrow putting pressure on Cass. He's dropped back a bit more now though. On lap 21 out of 71. Still got a long way to go in this Grand Prix. We started with some light drizzles, but the sun is starting to shine a bit more now. Borrow closed the gap just a bit more now. and Cass had to defend there going into turn 12. I think Bo's going to wait here, and is. Let's ride on board with Bo as he hunts down Cass. He's right behind him, on the way to the to turn 1. Around 600 meters to go. 300, 200, and 100. Bo can't get past Cass. The straight line speed is just too good on that Audi. DJ and BS has closed the gap now. Seems like Cass is running lower downforce. So he is just keeping them at bay. DJ so close to the rear of the Cadillac. Looking to retake P2 in this race after his pit stop during the safety car. Look how bunch nose to tail these cars are. This is for the race lead, everybody. And Cass is going to have to defend going into turn 12 again. And Bo, once again, can't find a way past. But Cass actually went off the road a bit there. And that compromised him a little bit. And that gave a chance to Bo, but he couldn't take it. Cass has got the straight line speed. He's got the battery. So, I don't know if Bo will be able to get past, but maybe this time round. He's closing the gap just a bit here. He's closing the gap rapidly now. And now, to the left-hand side of the road, it goes Bo. Can he sneak around the outside? So close to the rear is DJ. But, still, no positions changed. And Silver goes into the pit lane to go on 5-lap hold. Hard tyres. And BS looking to go round the outside here as Bo gets overtaken by DJ. DJ goes up into P2 now. Takes back where he was before he pit in this during the safety car. The top 3 is the same from lap 15 now. BS still down in P4, looking for his chance to jump up a position here in the race. Look how bunch nose to tail the top 2 are in the race. Remember, this is for the race win. DJ has 3 seconds of penalties for multiple warnings out of these 4. The others don't. Bo under pressure here from BS as Cass is under pressure from DJ, and that looked like the exact same between those two. And between the top 2 and 3rd and 4th, but just different skinned cars. Cass, bit of slide there, but still currently leading the way from DJ. Looking for his first win since Qatar last season, sorry. Well, in last year's cars. Oh, here we go. Could we see a race lead change? And going very deep is Cass, able to stay ahead of the driver with much fresher tyres here. He's got 6 laps fresher tyres on those mediums. DJ can't find a way past the Audi. But so far, this is a great battle that we're seeing at the moment. Can DJ drain the battery, get the slipstream, get the extra power to get past into turn number 1? And DJ looks to the inside, but Cass outbraking himself and going very, very deep and gets a 10-second penalty for cutting the corner. He keeps the lead, but gets a 10-second penalty. In the meantime, DJ now in the net race lead. Cass gained lots of time but cutting the corner gives himself a penalty, and he will serve that in his next pit stop. That can hurt him dearly, and go to the back of this group. Unbelievable battle that we're seeing at the top end of town at the moment. Cass pulled away, but at what cost? 10 seconds added. So in all, he actually loses 8.5 seconds. I saw a lock up again, but going down the inside goes BS on the Cadillac of Bo, last week's winner versus 2 weeks ago winner. And BS comes out on top, but spinning around goes Ad. He goes off the track and loses even more time to the top cars. Bo still ahead. BS still ahead on that battle that they had. DJ leading these two, sorry. We had 3 drivers finish last week. It seems like we're beating that record so far. That would be 5 drivers retiring from the race. We've had 2 so far. Oh, that was sliding into turn 13. Went BS. Now heat up the tyres a bit more. He'll cool them down on the straight. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings for Silver. That won't help him. He's at 9 seconds now. BS has slowly closed the gap to DJ. Let's ride on board with them. Oh, he went around the outside, sliding there through turn 4. That was so close to clipping the rear of the Alpine, and isn't able to get past. Still a bit of a slide there out of turn 6. BS and Bo, the only ones to not have a penalty so far this race. Oh, Bo now picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. So BS is the only driver without a penalty at the moment, hunting down the Alpine of DJ. The gap is just not closing enough, but it will be this time round. Can he have a look to the inside? No, he won't be able to. I saw a lock-up from Cass as well, currently leading the way, but with a 10-second penalty. Bo is so close to the back of BS as he just fell away from DJ a bit there. See if he can close the gap a bit more now. Yeah, he is now. We're nearing the halfway stage of the Mexico City Grand Prix in JP Racing League Tier 1. Oh, sliding and hitting the wall is Boro, and he goes into the pit lane as well as his right end plate goes off his car. And that was a very unfortunate moment, and this battle is just breaking away, isn't it? As his teammate Ad now goes up into P4. BS so close to the rear of the Alpine. DJ very much under pressure here from the Red Bull of BS. Seems like BS has got a lot more pace in that Red Bull. Into the pit lane goes Cass, and he picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings in doing so. That's not ideal for him. BS. He will go to the left-hand side of the road. Can he go around the outside of DJ? He won't be able to. Cass serves his 10-second penalty, and let's see what tyre he puts on. He puts on the medium tyre. Can he go to the into on that? I'm not quite sure. Silver just gets ahead of Cass as well. Well, this battle between BS and DJ is now for the lead of the Grand Prix here in Mexico City. This is definitely a lot more tamer of a race than compared to the previous 2 weeks. Might be wanting to look at the battle between Cass and Silver at the moment. They are very close to together as well. So, BS, can he finally snatch the lead of the race? He would have won it in the sprint, but he got a late 3-second penalty, which saw him go behind Cass, who won it, but going around the outside and they make contact, but somehow not spinning around. They go. That was... I'm actually very, very surprised that neither of them spun. But yeah, that was too close to call there. But now BS is finally in the lead of the Grand Prix, following DJ, and then 9.3 seconds back is Ad, Silver, Cass, and Boro. Cass putting pressure on Silver at the moment. At the top end of town, they're very close. Silver went very deep there at turn 7. And we could see a race lead change over here as DJ rapidly closing the gap to the Red Bull. It will go to the left-hand side of the road. And on the way down to turn number 1, they're going side by side at turn 1. And DJ goes around the outside and takes back the lead of the Mexico City Grand Prix. Ad picks up another penalty, 3 seconds for multiple warnings. BS is going to go back at DJ here, going to turn number 4. DJ on the inside, BS on the outside. Can BS hold on here? But the gap was always going to close and he had to back out of it. Silver gets another penalty for multiple warnings. And it's very close between them at the moment. Going down the inside goes Cass. And not able to get the move done. But will the switchback be made? Seems like it will be, going down the inside at turn 6. And he gets a move done. And up into P4 goes Cass. And Cass actually didn't serve his penalty unless he got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that is really weird. And Silver is going back at Cass, going down the inside. Silver goes off the track. They made a tiny bit of contact going through turn 12. But so far, it's just hard racing at the moment. Silver has got 12 seconds of penalties for track limits at the moment. It's very close at the top end of town as DJ stays in the lead of the Grand Prix. As Cass gets the slipstream, but he is now back behind Silver. Will he be looking to the inside? No, he won't be able to get past there. There's 2 incredible battles to watch out for in this race right now. Cass picks up another 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. That will not help him. BS goes into the pit lane in an attempt to undercut DJ for the race win. Here in Mexico City, Ad goes up into P2 now. DJ now comfortably leading. Very close between these two. As Cass has comfortably jumped BS by a big margin here, and that's not surprising even though he's been stuck behind Silver in his whole stint so far. But can he finally get past Sir Williams as he goes round the outside at turn 1? Goes deep, but Cass takes P3 as Silver picks up another 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Make that 15 seconds now in Mexico. Unbelievable. And crucially, BS is behind Borrow now. We're exactly in the halfway stage of the race. It's a lot more tamer than the previous races. Oh, Ad has had a moment at turn 11. He's probably had a half spin around there. Cass is on full lap sold medium tyres. BS on the hard tyre. He's looking to the end, and maybe DJ is as well. He peels off into the pit lane now to gift the lead over to Ad. Let's see how this pit stop goes. He goes on to the hard tyre. Cass back in the lead of the race. He is 1.8 seconds clear of Silver at the moment, and the massive undercut that is done on them But will he have to pit again because he went on the medium tyre 5 laps ago? So I'm going to take a break really quickly, and I will see you guys later. And if there's going to be a battle, it's going to be between these guys. So I will see you guys shortly. Alright, I am back, and it seems like Ad has gone into the pit lane. And he is now down to P6. But nothing has changed while I was gone apart from that. Silver slowly closing the gap to Cass. Very confusingly. So let's see how that goes. I wonder if Silver can make it to the end. I highly doubt that. He's probably going to go to the medium at the end. BS still hasn't got a track limits penalty, while Silver's got 15. Cass has got 16. So Cass is actually pulling away a bit more now. It's just swapping. It's just around between 1.6 and 1.9 seconds. Oh, BS gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. That's his first of the race, and Cass must have had a moment as well, because he's dropped around 5/10 in that sector. Oh, and off the road goes Borrow, and he loses P3 and gifts it to BS and DJ. It was going to fight it out for the final podium spot. Oh, and he's crashed, and that is a massive, massive accident. And out of the race goes Borrow. Wow. Did that look on purpose? I'm not too sure. I think he just had a big snap of oversteer, but I'll have to look at that again, and I will. That is a massive moment, that shakes things up entirely. My goodness, folks. Last week's winner is out of the race. That was an almighty moment there. Yeah, I've looked at it again. That was not on purpose. He's just had 2 major mistakes. He was wobbling all over the shot. He was so loose, and that is not on purpose. That is just an unfortunate crash. Losing the rear not able to save it and spits him into the wall. And this actually really helps Silver. This safety car really helps Silver here. He can get a cheap pit stop. He will only lose out to 3 cars. But Cass goes into the pit lane too. That's also not surprising. Oh, going into the back of Cass as well. And Silver gets a 10-second penalty for that as well. That is... wow. He just went into the back there of Cass in the pit entry. I think Cass was just trying to be careful to not speed. And Silver doesn't serve it. So Silver's got over 20 seconds of penalties. Look at that. BS, DJ, and Ad stays out. Oh, that was very close. But Cass, crucially, comes out ahead of Ad. BS back into the lead of the Grand Prix. Big turn of events for DJ. On lap 40 and he's still got only 3 seconds of penalties. Meanwhile, look at the penalties behind him. 16, 6, 25. That would be 6 seconds of penalties for Cass, but he cut the corner. And he still hasn't served his penalties, so I don't know what's going on. And Silver just got a 10-second penalty, but the rest was track limits. My goodness. Well, on lap 40, we're in the second half of the race. And this safety car can change things up entirely. That was the change that we needed to make things liven up in the back end of this race. But unfortunately, at the cost of Burrow. And Silver peels off into the pit lane to serve his penalty, as he did 2 weeks ago in Australia. And also to fix his front wing. And that's smart. See the medium tyres at the ready. I wonder how many broken front wings people have been through today. Probably loads. But yeah, what? Wow, it's just been it's obviously a lot more calmer than it was for the past 2 races, but still, wow. And looking back at Bo's crash, it was definitely not on purpose. You can see the rear just sliding out again and again. So nothing he could do, and he is out of the race of the Mexican Grand Prix. Last week's winner, done and dusted. Just want to have a look at it again, if I just, in case I just didn't see it correctly. Went. Yep. That doesn't look on purpose, not at all. So it seems like just an unfortunate event there for Bo, and he is out of the Mexican Grand Prix. Also championship leader as well. He is championship leader. So it seems like Bo will be losing the championship lead after this race. So at the moment, it seems like BS will be snatching it back, along with DJ, as it stands. think Cass will be following as well. I think Jammer will lose. I think Burrow will lose a whole heap of places after this race in the championship. He's leading with 58 points, quite a big margin for so early on in the season. And BS only participating in 1 out of the 2 races, second in the championship at the moment, leading the championship as it stands. Silver's gone in the pit lane again, so that's weird. So I don't know what has happened to him. He's got medium tyres, 1 lap old tyres. Quite a lengthy safety car, isn't it? As we wait for Silver. Oh, Silver got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings under the safety car while he makes his way as the safety car comes in this lap, as there was some confusion between DJ and Cass as they swap places a bit there. BS leading the way. As it stands, he is leading the championship. All contact between Cass and DJ, and that's damage on Cass's front wing, and that's crucial. Not just for the race, but for the championship. But we're back underway. BS is leading. Ahead of DJ. Cass, and an excellent restart for Silver. He's already passed Ad before turn 1. But Ad has got the slipstream. He could get back past Silver here. And he's going to go around the outside. Little lockup from Cass going into turn 1. Ad stays behind the Williams of Silver. BS leading the way here in Mexico City. We're on lap 44 out of 71. Oh, Cass has left. He must have had some connection issues. I gotta invite him back. And in the meantime of that, Silver's got past him, so that's crucial for him. He's had a horrible lap, hasn't he? He's hit the rear of DJ on the safety car restart. Now connection issues, so now he's losing lots of time. That is so unfortunate for Cass. And as a result, he goes down to last, which is P5. He's had a decent race up until now, and it could go away for him. But at the front here, Silver goes down the inside and takes P2 from DJ Booby in the Alpine, and now Silver will be the one hunting down BS for his first win in JP Racing League. But he's got loads of penalties. As you can see there, 18 seconds. BS only has 3, so he has to get really lucky here. But now he is in contention for the win. There's still loads of time to go. But Silver got a great exit out of turn 6. Compromise. Oh, around the outside and going off the track. goes Silver. The battle still continues as they're going side by side for just a bit longer. Silver, can he get past? And he breaks his front wing on the front of BS. And now BS still leads. Oh, but he breaks his front wing and hits BS. And BS goes into the wall and out of the race. And it's been a big, big, big accident here in Mexico City. BS retires, and so does Silver. And Silver, I think, feels really, really guilty after that one. My goodness, folks. That was huge, and that's not just huge for the race, it's huge for the championship, as BS was leading the championship earlier, but now that may just gift the championship to either Cass or DJ. Cass still hasn't joined back. That was unbelievable. My goodness, folks, that was crazier than last week. Oh, drive through for Ed, speeding under the virtual safety car. That was only a virtual safety car. Wow. That is crazy. And that puts Ed out of contention now. Cass still hasn't joined back. So it's just all DJ at the moment. But that was crazier than last week between Technician and Cass in Azerbaijan. That was way more dramatic. And I don't think that was on purpose either. No, Silver, it wouldn't be. Cass still hasn't joined back. Something is going on with Cass, but his AI will take the lead of the race. And DJ looks quite slow as well. That was just unbelievable. Wow, that was definitely way more dramatic than last week in Azerbaijan. Cass's AI is leading at the moment. He hasn't joined back. I've given him multiple invites. I've asked him where he's at. My word. It's basically just DJ and Cass's AI at the moment. It's definitely his AI, and he's not just ghosted because he was twitching the wheel, as you can see. So, yeah, it's basically just DJ at the moment, as Ad 6 seconds of penalties, 39.6 seconds behind these two. My goodness. I have no idea what just unfolded. It looked like that Silver went for the move, went for a dive bomb, and then just locked up and spat both of them into the wall. Or did he not expect? I mean, he did rip off his front wing before he went for the move, so he was probably trying to take avoiding action. as there's nothing really to talk about this battle. It's the AI, so I really hope Cass joins back so we can have a great battle between these two for the end. But at the moment, it's just very chill. It's just DJ and Ad in the comms as well. So it's very poor into this race. So if Cass doesn't get points, because he wasn't the one that finished, it was the AI, then DJ will be taking the lead of the championship. But I just want to look at that incident again. It was very, very unique. It was a great battle to start off with. So he hits the rear. So I also turn 7 as well. I want to study this, so would have got a warning for track limits for that. Went off there. Still going side by side. BS went a bit wide. BS tried to make the corner, so he slowed down. And then I think Silver just misjudged where BS was going to brake. Hit the rear of him, ripped his front wing off, and then locked up and spat both of them into the wall. I think that's what happened there. That was mental. Wow. What a crazy way for BS and Silver to go out. Cass is typing in the Discord. See what he says. See why he's not joining. Oh no, really? The reason why Cass cannot join is that the electricity in his house shut off. Oh, that is so annoying. That is so annoying for him. So that's Cass. Done. Wow. That is such an annoying way to go out. His race was looking good. We have 20 laps to go. Basically nothing in this race. It's basically just DJ out there. Ad, he's there. 33.6 seconds behind though. So yeah, the reason why Cass left is because the power in his house went off. DJ goes off the road there. So I wonder if since it's because it's not his fault. I wonder if he still gets points. And that way he'll still be in contention for the championship lead after this. I want to ask DJ on his stream. I'm gonna mute while I do it. Okay, so Cass, he will get points, but he will drop to the back of the field, which will be P3, because he is AI. That's actually quite smart from him. I never thought to do that. Like, if it's not your fault, then you can get points, but you'll just be at the back of the field, no matter where you finish. I think that's quite smart. Yeah, you did have a great race, mate. Could be proud of that. Oh my god, I just blinded myself. um, the sun is shining into my room, and I just lifted up my phone, um, and the sun reflected into my eyes. Oh, yeah, I like that. Nice battle. My god, that did you see that crash between Silver and BS, man? Well, that crash was BS. Well, like, I still can't wrap my head around it a whole lot. I think I know what caused it, but still it's a very unique crash, isn't it? It's definitely a lot more chaotic, but than the one between you and Technician last week. Are you trying to fix it right now? Had is actually faster than DJ at the moment. He is slowly gaining. Lol. Maybe that rumble from a steering wheel at Mexico went all the way over and took power out of your house after that crash. It took a week for it to arrive. Maybe that's why there was an earthquake in Venezuela or Ecuador, whatever country it was. Rest in peace to those guys. Very sad that can happen. Yeah, I was not expecting this to happen today. Some long, boring laps for Ad and DJ at the moment. Since there's literally nothing going on, I'm just gonna read chat. Like, normally I don't like to read chat while commentating, but there's literally nothing going on. It's just two cars and an AI just going about in circles for what's it called? What's it called? How many laps? Around like 13, 14? Like that, 13. Yeah, you did, mate. Well done. Got really lucky, didn't you, though? What was up with I'm confused because did you get oh, Ad must have had a moment because there was a yellow flag for a brief moment and he's dropped around 7 seconds. Yeah, mate. Oh yeah, you did start last in the sprint, didn't you? You did. Huh. Oh yeah, nice one, mate. I want to ask. I'm quite confused on what happened with your 10-second penalty. So, of course, you went off the track, didn't slow down enough, and got the penalty. But I thought like you would automatically serve it in the pit stop. But in your pit stops, that didn't happen. See, I'm quite confused on why that wasn't served. Oh, so it just wouldn't let you serve it. Yeah, that's weird. Well, the rule is if you cut a corner that massively, then you do get a penalty. Like if you remember, actually I don't know if you raced then, but in Monza last season, like me and like a lot of other people behind me, like there was the brake marker boards taken out at turn one, and then everyone just went off the road and got 10-second penalties, even though we slowed down a lot. And I think the only one to not get a penalty was DJ. Okay, you were there, yeah. So, yeah, I think because like I think you have to like lose time if you go off track to not get a penalty. That's the thing. You did gain what 2 seconds, so on Monza. I thought I won that race. Yeah, it's easily done. Very hard to judge it. Ten laps to go. We're not expecting to just sit around here talking to you at the end of this. Very unfortunate. Yeah. 10 laps of great entertainment of just two cars and an AI going around in circles for like 15 minutes. Peak entertainment. Something I can do in the meantime. What is something I can do in the meantime? I don't really have anything around me that would entertain me at this point of life. How many? What? I've got Formula One tops cards, and let's see what legends I have. So, I classified two of them as a legend, even though they're not really. Well, they're not an icon card, but they're retired drivers. I don't know if I should count Mick Schumacher because I've got him. So I've got two Sennas. I've got a Schumacher. I've got I've got two Alan Prosts. I've got two Nigel Mansells. I've got a James Hunt. I've got a Sir Jackie Stewart. I've got two Mika Häkkinens. I've got a David Coulthard. I've got Sebastian Vettel. Not an icon card, but he's retired and he is a legend, so I'll put him in there anyways. Got two Fittipaldis, Emerson Fittipaldis. I've got an Andretti and two Gerhard Bergers, and I've added a Mick Schumacher in there because why not? Man, I want that Liam Lawson card. I've actually got two. I've yeah, I don't know where it is right now though. I think it's on my bedside table. Yeah, it's very nice. This is I'm actually in some ways I'm actually glad that this race has just calmed down a lot more, because I'm not gonna lie, my throat has been stinging, bro. My throat has been stinging all race, so I'm glad that it's just calmed down now. Well, Ad has really dropped back, hasn't he? for like 7 seconds last time I checked. Got a Scott McLaughlin book right now. Not related to F1, but some, what's it called again? Scott McLaughlin Road to Redemption Championship Journey. Some supercars before he came to IndyCar. I've followed him since 2016. I actually have a signature on a picture as well, along with Fabian Coulthard, not David Coulthard, just to not mix anything up. Unrelated people as well. One's Scottish, one is New Zealand, one is Kiwi. When SVG didn't give him any space to get out of the car. Oh, I was there, wasn't I? I was there in that photo. I don't know. I was probably a bit further down. But I was there. I remember seeing him climb the fence. That was a cool moment. Him winning championship 2018. Man, I miss the Newcastle Street Circuit. That was a good track. I also miss Winton. I don't know why I'm talking about supercars when I'm trying to commentate a very different motorsport, but why not, you know? So I've got that just sitting there. I have read that whole thing. How many pages has it got? Well, pages like that's relating to the story and not just like things from the people who wrote the book. It spans over 191 pages from the actual book, not just people who were like talking about it at the end. On that, 66 out of 61. Very boring. DJ is gonna win. Nah, I think Cass is gonna rise from the dead and win the race somehow. Cass, I don't think anyone wants you to have a good result, do they? In Australia, you crossed the line first, but you lost because of penalties. In Azerbaijan, you got killed twice by technician. Today, your power died. Like, what else? What's coming in Bahrain for you, mate? Probably, like, a cat running into your room and then ran on your steering wheel, scratched the hell out of your hands, and may make you go on the wall. That's my prediction. Oh, that'd be mad if that actually happened. You'd be the most unlucky driver this season. Probably in the history of JP Racing League. At least you got your win in the sprint race. That's about all that you can be happy about this season. Oh dear. took me a couple of races to actually be happy about something as well, so. You'll probably get your first Grand Prix win in Bahrain like I did. I didn't like Bahrain then. I like it now, though. I really enjoy it now. Lap 68. I wonder who's going to win. Trust, it's going to be Ed. Trust. It's going to be Ed. Just know it. DJ's going to crash. And Ed is going to win. Oh, nearly been doing this for like 4 hours now. Ed gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Oh yeah, let's spectate Silverleo. Oh. Ed's going in the pit lane, so he's going to be lapped actually. Wow. How many stops? He's done 6. Oh, DJ pits as well. Oh, they're going to do a fastest lap battle, aren't they? For the extra point. We've got the fastest lap now. It is Cass, you've got the fastest lap. They're not really that close to you as well. Alright. Well, it's gonna be yeah, they're gonna go for the fastest lap, aren't they? You know, it doesn't matter if your AI wins, it'll only well, the only thing that matters is the gap between Ed and DJ, because if I am not going to get the point, yeah. Actually, we've got some entertainment. They're bringing us some entertainment. They're going to do a fastest lap battle. Here's Ed. Should we ride on board with them? I think we shall. Let's see if we can get the fastest lap. I'll prove your AI, Cass. The AI actually held up quite a while. For quite a few laps with DJ, and then he just fell away. It's got 29 laps and a half hours. So those guys would be dead. Probably even worse if you were driving. Oh dear. So even if Cass's AI wins, DJ will win. Ed is going for it. I think DJ's got the advantage because he got boost. He got the extra power. Basically another qualifying session. It's the 3rd qualifying session of the day. Qualifying for points this time. Between Ad and DJ. Ad can actually go up quite a few places in the championship, I think. Yeah, he will go up quite a few in the championship. So, what time will Ad set? 118.6, and that's what DJ has to beat if he wants that extra point. Right, next is DJ. Will he get the point? He does, so far. And he's on to the final lap of this race. Can Ad beat him? Probably not. He'll probably try, though, for the extra point. Even if Cass's AI wins this race, he will finish 3rd. As it stands, DJ is going to win. this race in Mexico City. He's going to make it back-to-back wins as well. I actually did predict him to win the Grand Prix during practice as well. I was getting a bit bored in practice and started making predictions. And I predicted DJ to be the winner, so my prediction is right. I predicted, who did I predict? I predicted BS to be the sprint winner. That would have happened if he didn't get a late penalty. Anyways, let me start this sequence. Well, DJ, he's been very, very lonely up the front after a very chaotic scrap between BS and Silva, but DJ will make it back-to-back wins in Mexico City. DJ crosses the line and wins in Mexico City and takes the lead of the championship. Cass's AI will cross the line second, but he will get points for third place as Ad will finish in P3 here in Mexico City. And well done for those drivers to not fall asleep there at the end. DJ is the winner. God, 20 laps of nothingness, apart from a qualifying session at the end. Well, let's see if Ad can steal the fastest lap point away from DJ Booby. Won't shake things up in the championship massively, but every point counts. Does he do it? I don't think he did. DJ's got the extra point for the fastest lap, I believe. Thank you, bro. Well, he had some struggles, but he finally got his win for the first time since Qatar last season. Well done. DJ Booby is the winner of Mexico. Back-to-back wins as well for him. And Alpine win again. I believe the last time since BS last season. I can't remember what race it was. But Alpine's last win since BS last season. Driver of the day goes to Ad. Most overtakes goes to Ad. Cleanest driver goes to DJ. Fastest lap goes to DJ. And gets that extra point. But I think driver of the day belongs to Ad, let's be honest. Sorry, belongs to DJ, let's be honest. DJ is the winner. Cass in second, but that will be put to third, because he finished as an AI. Ad comes home in second. BS comes home and takes only 7 points out of today in the Red Bull after him and Silva had a big shunt at turn 12. At Silva P5, Bo P6, Fuzz P7, and Alan P8, who only gets a point out of today. Wow, what a day. Alright guys, I will see you guys later. Well, that was chaos until we just had nothingness for 20 laps. But yeah, thank you guys for watching if you've somehow not fallen asleep.